Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today, we're talking about a topic that hits home for millions of people: financial health after age 50. This episode is for the folks who feel behind, for the ones starting over, for those rebuilding after a divorce, a job loss, or just decades of putting everyone else first. Here's the truth: your financial life does not peak at 30. For many people, it peaks at 50 and beyond. So let's talk about how to build wealth, stability, and freedom in the second half of life. If you're over 50, you've probably had a financial wake-up call at least once. Maybe it was looking at a retirement account that just hasn't grown in years. Maybe it was realizing your parents are getting older and need more support. Or maybe your kids needed help again, and suddenly you realize you've become the family's financial safety net. But that's the good news. The second half of life comes with something money can buy: perspective. You've survived layoffs, recessions, crazy bosses, and bills that didn't care how you felt. And that experience, that becomes your superpower. You actually have advantages that people in their 20s just don't. First, your income often peaks later in life. Research shows most people hit their highest earning years between 45 and 60. That is not an ending. That is your prime. Second, you have a better money mindset. At 50 plus, you're not chasing status anymore. You're chasing stability. That shift alone saves more money than any budgeting app. And third, you know what actually matters. You're done buying things to impress people you don't even like. You're investing in what gives you peace of mind. So, how do we put this into action? Let's break it down into 4 simple pillars of financial health. After 50, pillar 1 is to reduce the weight. Before you even try to get rich, you have to lighten the load. This means aggressively paying off high-interest debt, like credit cards. It means cutting old subscriptions you forgot you even had. Think about downsizing expenses that just don't bring you joy anymore. Revisit your insurance plans, your phone plan, your car costs. Every single dollar you free up after 50 is a dollar that can grow faster because you're more focused. Pillar 2, protect the downside. Financial health isn't just about making money, it's about not losing it. This is where the adulting gets real. You need an emergency fund of at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. You need health insurance you actually understand. You need a will and a basic estate plan in place. And yes, you need to have those long-term care conversations. They're not fun, but they are absolutely necessary. This is grown-up wealth management. Pillar 3 is to build new income streams. After 50, your resilience comes from having options. You don't necessarily need a second job, but you do need a second income. Your decades of experience are a bank, and it's time to make a withdrawal. You could start consulting in your field. You could teach or coach based on your lived experience. Yes, creators over 50 are booming online. You could start freelancing, turn a hobby into a micro-business, or even explore real estate if it fits your risk tolerance. And finally, pillar 4, invest on purpose. Investing after 50 is not about getting rich quick. It's about building stable, growing, reliable income. Think about low-cost index funds, dividend stocks, and maybe Roth conversions if they make sense for your tax situation. The key is a balanced portfolio and, most importantly, automatic contributions. Even small, consistent investments add up powerfully over time. Money grows best when it has a clear direction. Ultimately, financial health isn't just about the numbers on a spreadsheet, it's about your mindset. At 50 plus, you don't need to hustle like your life depends on it. You need to move with the wisdom you've earned. So please, remember this: it is not too late. You are not behind. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. Your comeback era can begin at 50, 55, or 60. Some people become millionaires at 70 because they finally learned how to tell their money where to go. If you take nothing else away from today, take this: your second half can be richer than your first financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Wealth after 50 isn't about having millions. It's about having control. It's about having peace. It's about having options and the freedom to build a future you actually look forward to. That is real wealth, and you can start building it today. If this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who needs to hear that their best days are still ahead. Don't forget to subscribe and join me next time as we continue to talk about growth and success in the second half of life. Thanks for watching. Your wealth is still growing, and so are you.